beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl, Patty Sparkles, and I'm back at it again today with a new video straight from the UK. Hey God. Okay, let me not even say anything. So there's a lot of things people has been asking me in my comments since I started talking about me moving to the UK, and one of the most requested video is people saying they want to see how I packed my my African foods, especially because of people are always like, oh, immigration this, immigration that, they won't allow you to carry things. First of all, guys, I made my research to be sure of things that the immigration will not allow. Now I think the Nigerian immigration, maybe I think the UK too, they don't allow, first of all, wet food, like anything wet, oily, so you can't carry things like palm oil, vegetable oil. Some people say you can't carry meat, you can't carry fish. First of all, if you want to carry meat or fish, make sure that it is dried, meaning fried. You can't carry fresh meat or fresh fish, okay? So don't carry anything wet. When anything you want to carry, make sure that it is dried, it is fried, and you're not carrying excess quantity which will not look like you want to go and sell it. So imagine carrying like 5 Congos of rice, 5 Congos of beans, or 6 Congos, because some people want to carry the food they want to eat for the next 6 months. If you're carrying food that that you can eat for the next 2 months or 3 months, depending on your family size, maybe you're just moving and you're going with your family, like your husband, wife and kids, they might allow you to carry slightly more. But as a single person, you're a student and you're carrying like 3 packets of Indomie or 5 packets, like that looks like you want to go and sell it. So guys, I'm going to show you the things I brought and how I packed it. I carried this 2 Congo of Gary. This is normal size, and make sure you double your nylon, or maybe 2.5 Congos. I know it's more than 2 Congo. It was like 3 kg because I measured everything that was carried. Also guys, if you have a scale at home, it would be nice to use your scale to measure things you want to carry because of excess luggage. So when I scaled this, it was actually 3 kg. So this like tantamount to 3 Congos of Gary. So this second one is my beans. I really do not even like beans. I just had to carry it because I might want to eat it. So this is like 2 Congos of beans. So it's inside white nylon, you can see it, but please double it. This is because I've used out of it while I got here because I made rice and beans. So please make sure that you double your nylon, like you can triple this type of nylon. So these are like I didn't bring rice because rice is cheap here, especially basmati rice, because I asked from people. So people gave me advice like you don't need to bring things like rice because rice is cheap here. So guys, you would need to please buy Ziploc bag. It will be nice and easy for you, just in case immigration wants to stress you that your product, your food are inside clear bag. So buy Ziploc bag, and also it helps you secure your stuff. So these ones I've started using it, but as you can see, this is salt, this is Maggi, and this is tomato paste. I brought like 15 of this tomato paste, or even 20, because I use it a lot, especially to make jollof rice and jollof spaghetti. So I bought like 20 of this. And also I bought the sachet one because the one in the tin is going to be heavy, but this one is lighter and you can put it inside your Ziploc, okay? So I have like 2 of this kind of Ziploc. I also bought Siemens butter, even though there's butter here, but I bought one because I'm going to be in quarantine and I like using this for my jollof rice too. Anything jollof, I like to use this butter. But I know moving forward I'll get butter from here. Butter is also one of the cheapest things you can buy here. So I bought just one. So this is it. I bought honey. This honey is in bottle. This is the only wet thing that I carried, and all because honey is honey is not like very watery. Immigration might ask you to drop it, this honey, but if you put it in a secured plastic, you lock it very well and then drop it in a Ziploc bag. So for some people carried like six honey bottles, but I just carried one, cause just in case they want to collect it down. This is the only wet thing I carried. I didn't carry palm oil, I didn't carry vegetable oil. These ones are dry, so I didn't even bother to put them inside a Ziploc bag. I just tied them inside this ShopRite bag, and also because this bag is transparent, so I bought my curry. I don't know if they have the Nigerian type of curry here, but I made sure that I bought this one. This curry like this now can use 1 year, because curry is just small you want to put. So I bought this big one. As you can see, I bought 2 because I can't cook without using curry. I just like the aroma that it gives. Then I bought thyme too. Thyme you use very little, and you don't put thyme in everything, so I just bought this little one. I don't even really put thyme in my food. And then I bought my turmeric powder. I like to use it. I use it for a lot of things. I use it in cooking, and I also use it for my face, for this powder. And you can also get this curries and thyme here, but I think mostly African shops or Indian shops you will get this seasoning, but make sure the dried one. So this is my palamu fish. I don't know if you can see it. So this is one of our favorite fish in Ijebu. My mom used this to cook for us a lot. We use it to cook ikokore. So I didn't want to carry stock fish, because stock fish always spoil. If you notice, if you have stock fish at home for more than 1 month and you don't use it, you will see some insect inside of it. So even at home while in Nigeria, sometimes when I buy stock fish and I don't use it in like 2 to 3 weeks, it gets spoiled. So that's why I didn't buy stock fish, but I bought this dried palamu fish. And as you can see, I doubled my Ziploc. All these things, please, you can buy them from market a day or 2 before you go, because sometimes it is not completely dried before they take it to the market. So buy it a day or 2 or 3 if you have time, and dry it at home. Make sure you dry it yourself. So when I bought all this, we dried it outside. Okay, so another thing I carried as an Ijebu woman, I cannot be an Ijebu woman if I don't have this, is my Mama Ijebu. Mama Ijebu used to smell. So another cheat code, if you carry your stuff, it is people that used to export it that don't know this, so that it won't smell, because you know you might have to put it in bags where your clothes are, especially when you're carrying things like bomo, crayfish. Put coffee around, it's gonna kill the smell. Okay, when you pour your things inside, then put coffee. So this bomo also, I put it in a thick nylon first, then I tied it inside the ShopRite nylon. This is what it looks like. So after my mom bought it, we dried it for another maybe 3 or 4 days, and this bomo like this, you can reach next year. See, if you want to cook it, you have to drop inside water. People that are doing African shop, let me hook you up. We are selling bomo from Ijebu. This bomo like this one, if you throw it inside water, you can cut it into 5 pieces. You see this thing is the big ones that my mom gave me. Finally, I took this spaghetti, so I didn't have to put this inside Ziploc. I just put it like this because you know it's clear. I shouldn't have carried, because yeah, spaghettis are also cheap here, like 20 pence, 50 pence, whatever. But because I'm going to be in quarantine and they said we should not go out, and I cannot be ordering for food because it's expensive, so I bought my spaghetti. I brought just 3, so 3 is reasonable. 6, yeah, but 12, 15, I cannot guarantee you. So this is atagigon rice. Can you see? Grind it. This pepper is hot. I bought 1 Congo of this pepper. 1 Congo for 5,000 naira. It's the Igbo whole, not the Hausa zone. The Hausa zone is not peppery like that. Me, I like pepper because they don't have pepper here. So this is atagigun. I bought 1 Congo, but first this half, like 3/4, what's the remaining of 3/4? 1/4. Ah, God, I'm so dumb sometimes. So this is the quarter of, this is the half of half, which is quarter. Why am I embarrassing myself like this? So this part I I grated it with crayfish. I didn't do it in the market. I bought crayfish in the market. I bought pepper in the market. Then when I got home, I blended the crayfish. This light is just too much. The crayfish and pepper, just this small one, in case I want to use it for like little stuff like indomie, small pepper and all that. Can't go anywhere without my crayfish. Look, this is my crayfish. This is the brown one. I bought brown one and white one. So as you can see, I keep doubling my ziploc bag just so it won't spill, and also so that they won't say, oh, this thing is not thick enough. It's not thick enough. Grandma, uncle, auntie that is there, I've doubled it. It's not going to pour. Put it inside ziploc so that they can see it. This is like 1 Congo of crayfish. This white crayfish too, as you can see, the first one is brown, so it is out of the brown one that I actually mixed with my pepper. This is the remaining of my pepper. As you can see, it's doubled. This is the remaining of my atta. This atta is very hot. If you want to buy, if you like pepper, buy the Igbo pepper. Even though it's expensive, 5,000 for 1 Congo. It's even because I begged the man. He was saying 6,000, but because I bought crayfish and all that, the Hausa one is like 3-5 for 1 Congo, but it's not always peppery. Yeah, this is ogbono. Okay, for ogbono too, you don't need a lot, but you can actually buy a lot of this one. This one, if you buy and it's up to this place, nobody will really like ask you any question. So I bought like maybe 5 cups, and this is what it looks like. But ogbono, you just need like 2 spoons or 3 spoons to make soup for like, let's say 3 people. Okay, and it's not something you'll be eating every day. And since I will not be eating swallow every day, I bought this. Make sure it is dried, like dry. If you want to buy it from the market, buy it 2 days earlier, dry it again when you get home. Your blender can blend it, or take it back to the market for them to blend. Because if it's not very dry, you know, ogbono, egusi, they have little oil inside. It could get spoiled really quickly. So I'm going to put it back in the nylon that I doubled. Why do we use ziploc bag? Just because if you use black nylon, they might have to be opening it one by one, and then you know you have a flight to catch. They might waste your time. So this is my ogbono, and then this is my egusi. Like you see, you know, I told you if you want your ogbono to be up to here. Yeah, I like egusi, and egusi you have to use like much before you know you can cook. It doesn't have to be really much, but you might have to use like this size for soup for like 3 people or something, because you mix it with water. So, and one thing my mom taught me with this egusi was that I should add, normally it's supposed to be like, what's wrong with the light here? So normally it's supposed to be white, but if you notice, like it's a little bit reddish, and this is because my mom told me that I should add atagigu, grinded dried pepper, so that it will not spoil. So I had to mix when I was blending my egusi, because I bought like the normal egusi that they have deshafted egusi tonti kilaman we no share egusi tonti share, meaning that they have removed the wax or the shell. So egusi tonti share, remove shell. Anyways, then when we now dried it, I dried it with the pomo, with the fish, with the crayfish and all that. When it was dried, like completely dried, because egusi melon has oily particle, then we added grinded pepper to it, and mixed it up, blended it together. So that's why it's a little bit reddish. But when you want to cook it anyways, you are going to cook it with pepper so that it won't spoil. I carried pepper soup ingredient because of, you know, cold days, which is small, but also pepper soup ingredient, just like your curry and thyme, you just need like a tablespoon, because if you take too much it's going to spoil. So I put it inside. It was inside this black nylon, you know. This is it. This is, I think, 1 cup. I use one when I'm in Nigeria. I use 1 cup for like 2 months sometimes, because you just need like a teaspoon, a tablespoon, that's a teaspoon, depending on how much. And because I know I will probably not get catfish here, so I'll probably just be doing maybe lamb meat pepper soup or chicken pepper soup. So once in a while, so I just bought this one cup, but you can buy as much as you want. You can buy it and it will be filling. It can fill this ziploc. This ziploc can take, for dry things like this, it could take like 1 Congo. Like for pepper soup ingredient, this dry thing, it can take like 2 Congos, this thing, but 1 Congo is enough. These things might spoil. Well, you have electricity 247, you can put it in your fridge. So guys, some other things I brought were my beverages, and this I didn't have to put them in nylons. First of all, because why, some people will be like, oh, why did you carry milk? They have milk and Milo beverages here called, but their brands are different from Nigerian home, and you know, some of us, our stomach don't adapt quickly. So I brought my Milo, because I don't think they have Milo here, and if you want to buy it, you buy in African stores, and it's quite expensive, it's pricey. I brought my golden more. I brought like 2 or 3 of this. So this is like the big golden more. I bought the biggest Milo, and buy the ones in sachet cause of space, and yeah, cause of space, because the thin ones tend to be heavy and it could even injure you. I brought Indomies too. We have been eating this, and some others are still in my box. Or pick up your Indomies. And all this Milo and milk also, especially people that have kids, please buy the kind of beverage your kids used to eat first, except if you know that they have those kind of beverage in the UK. You can do your, you know, your findings, like all this pick 1, 2, 3 that kids eat, because you don't just want to go into another country and just change your children's diet. It could affect them. They might not take the food and they start, you know, going to toilet or not eating, which can make them sick. So just buy at least the ones they will eat for like 1 month, so you can be alternating and teaching them how to eat all these new other brands. Ayola Pando Yam. So I didn't put this inside Ziploc. It's so clear. The nylon is also clear, so they can see what is inside. And just in case, make sure you buy foods that are NAFDAC approved, especially if they are sealed or branded. Okay, I got Pando potato too. This is like my best free advert. Anyways, this is my best swallow now, and when I prepared it, my flatmates, they also said they like it. It's so soft. And if you remember, if you used to watch Big Brother Niger, say Pando potato, very light, but you go bellyful. It's so light, unlike the Pando yam, which is heavy. Even for you to make it, you can make for like 10 people and you will not feel it's as if you're turning amala. It's not heavy, and when people eat it, it's light but also filling, and it's so delicious. So I think it's potato, it's just like mashed potato that you used to make swallow. Kids will also like this, so I brought this because I really like it. I brought like 2 packs of it. I got my sanitary towels just because, you know, as ladies, some, although if you try some other brands, it can be itchy and all that. So sometimes it's always good to bring the ones you use until your body adapts to new ones. So there are some things that I would say I forgot to carry, even though I wanted to carry them, like efo ugu. You can only get, so there's spinach, which is, I feel like is that efo pepper, yeah, but efo ugu is like my favorite. I don't like that spinach, but if you want to carry it just in case, don't forget, like me, go to the market, buy your ugu, okay, cut it very well and dry it. It's gonna dry, like dry it, then carry it, put it inside. You can buy like 10 bunch, and when you cut it, dry it very well, like dry it so well you can use it for like 3 months. Dry, put it in your nylon, so when you get here, when you want to cook it, just pour it inside hot water or cold water. Is going to come back to life and you can use it to cook. So I actually forgot that. Another thing, this is kilishi. See, dried one, inside clear bag, inside clear takeaway. If you want it, you can carry it. Anything you want to carry, put it inside clear bag. Why? So that immigration will not waste your time, because when you're at the airport, time runs and before you know it, you are missing your flight. Those people, they are wicked. Oh, hey, they are very wicked. And if they want you to tip them, you might have to pay a lot. And also, they used to ask you to declare your food product. So I think they take 2,000 for each bag. So it's always good if you're carrying food product that you know, like all these things that I carried, you can put it inside one bag. Nobody's going to stop you. You can just add maybe few shoes or clothes to it, so that it won't be like you are using one whole bag to carry your stuff. When they ask you to declare your bag, it's just one bag, because one bag is 2,000. If you put, maybe if you are putting your food stuff, like you put 2 here, you put gari here, you put this one here, they will collect 2,000 for each bag that there's food product. So try and pack all your things inside one. Milo Bonvita is not agricultural product. I think it's agricultural product they ask you to declare. So you can put your Milo Bonvita in another bag. Don't even open it for them. But if they want to, just from scanning, they can see that. But your agricultural product, you are supposed to declare it. If they ask you, you don't have to go to the airport and say, okay, I carry agricultural products. You know, as they are scanning when you are entering, if there's anything that you're not supposed to carry, they might, you know, notify you. But they will even ask you, those people, hey, as they are entering, they are finding you. So please don't pack a egusi, put one in one bag, put one in one small bag. Just make sure you put everything in one bag, because they will ask you to pay 2,000 naira for each bag. So yeah guys, I hope I was able to help with this video. These are the things I packed. Every other thing I didn't pack, every other food item, is because I don't want it, because I don't eat it. I would have taken, even if it's small, if I wanted. The only thing I didn't carry is F4. And please guys, like, does anyone know if they carry yam? Because I actually do miss yam. I miss yam a lot. I feel like eating yam today. I really, guys, like, does anyone know if you're allowed to carry yam? Because me, I miss yam, but I know that yam is even heavy, and it's not, yam is not dry, except if you want to dry it. I don't know. I miss yam though, and I know it's going to be expensive in the African shop. I really do miss yam. Okay guys, see you in my next vlog. Peace.